Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. This vlog is about a busy day in my life. Ramadan is just around the corner, and like every year, I try to deep clean my house. Here in this video, I have tried to show you all some glances at cleaning. I have got a similar video from last year, attaching the link in the description box below in case you wish to watch it. While I clean, I have also shared some tips that I strictly follow when I deep clean my house that I believe will be of use to anyone watching this video, not only during Ramadan but any time in general. So, let's get started. In the previous video, there was a short clip where I wiped the countertop with this homemade cleaner that made me stop buying the ones we get in markets. To make this, I either use the lemon peel, or when I have lemons which turn slightly brown, I cut them into small pieces and then added them to my spray bottle. Then goes half a cup of vinegar. To this, I add a pinch of salt, and you could use baking soda instead. And lastly, a few drops of dishwashing gel. I fill the bottle with water, and that is all. The homemade cleaner is ready to use. I use this almost every day in my daily chores. This works best on glass tops, kitchen countertops, windows, and refrigerators almost everywhere in the house. My little one considers my kitchen cabinets and walls as an open canvas. He scribbles and draws his heart out on them. This cleaner works even here, so no matter how many times he scribbles and draws, I won't mind it now. As good as new. Time to deep clean. First and the most important thing that I follow whenever I deep clean is that I never do everything at once. I try to do it shelf by shelf, or drawer by drawer, or cabinet by cabinet. Not all together at once, which might be overwhelming sometimes. Halfway through, even if I get tired, I can stop it then and there and continue the next day. Earlier, I used to pull out every item in the kitchen, which not only made the place look a mess, but at the same time, it was very stressful to see the kitchen in that condition. And I had no option but to put all things in their respective place, which was very much tiring by the end of the day. My whole day would be spent cleaning, rest of the chores and work would be on hold. But slowly I have learned from my mistakes, and now this works wonders for me. Whenever any things in the jar get over, I immediately put that for a wash and refill only when it's clean. This also has made a huge difference when it comes to cleaning and reorganizing. Another tip would be, before you start deep cleaning, finish off all the cooking related work for that day. I make sure my lunch or dinner is prepared well in advance because it gets very tiring after all the load of work, and worse when you have kids around. Either cook one pot meals or take a day off from cooking, order out or eat out. That way you save up your energy for the next days as well. My last tip would be decluttering. We have this weird tendency of keeping things piled up. We feel the urge not to throw or discard a few things in the house even when we hardly use them, like the old kadai or a glass jar or anything in general that stays there for a while and we often forget about them. I have noticed so many times decluttering relaxes so much. A tidy looking part in the house somewhere relaxes some nerve, is what I believe. Anything that I won't use, either I discard immediately or give it to someone in need. So, these are my top tips for deep cleaning. I hope it works just like how perfectly it works for me. For dinner, I didn't want to make the usual, so chose to do a fancier version of dinner instead. Here, I am making a dough for kubus or pita, which is an all-time favorite in the house. First, I have added 1 cup of lukewarm water, a tablespoon of dry yeast, and a teaspoon of sugar. Mix and let it rest for at least 15 minutes. Once there are bubbles, I added almost 3 cups of flour with the required amount of salt and kneaded it into a soft dough. Once it's done, I cover and rest it for 2 hours. Then make a little thicker like rotis out of it. I had marinated chicken with some salt and pepper and I'm planning to make some seekh kebabs. I'm going to mince them with my electric chopper here. You could use a regular mixer jar. Pulse it a few times until you get the right texture and transfer it into a bowl. For veggies, I have used half a cup of red capsicum diced, 1 onion diced and some green chilies. Pulse them few times. I squeezed all the extra water and then added it into the chicken mince. Lastly, the chopped coriander leaves. To this goes 1 tablespoon of red chili flakes, salt and red chili powder as per your taste preferences. Mix them nicely. I used almost 2 to 3 tablespoons of ghee for soft and juicy seekhs. Cover and let it rest for an hour in the refrigerator. I had some leftover lettuce and made a quick salad out of it with sliced onions, tomatoes, coriander leaves, olive oil, pepper and salt. Added lettuce only at the end while serving so that it could remain crisp. After an hour, the seekhs are ready to cook. Apply some oil onto your palms and gently start making seekhs. You could use a skewer, but as it was almost past dinner time, I skipped that step. You could also add some cheese in between the seekhs as you roll for nice cheesy ones. Once they are well shaped, pan fry them on either side until they are beautifully golden brown. Now onto my plating. I had already made kubus or the pita from the dough which I showed earlier. With that, some roughly chopped lettuce, some salad, a spoonful of mayo, and lastly the juicy and tender seekhs. And that's how my delicious plate looked like. These are extremely easy to make and great as last minute iftar recipes as well. And that's all we have for today's video. I hope you liked watching, and if you did, please hit up the like button and subscribe if you're new here. Until we meet again, stick around and stay safe.